All dentists and doctors should invest in multifamily real estate. On this video, I'm going to break down why all dentists, doctors, busy professionals, rainmakers in their businesses that generate tons of profits and cash flow, how they can invest it and let that money work for them so that they can build true passive sources of income and build enormous amounts of wealth, and is the key to achieving financial freedom. Hey guys, my name is Jonny Walker. I'm a successful endodontist with multiple practices, as well as a self-made multimillionaire in real estate investing. Investing heavily in real estate over the last 13 years has allowed me to take a giant step back from my clinical practice, spend enormous amounts of time with my family and friends, travel 6 to 8 times per year, as well as have the time to do the things that I'm passionate about, which is investing in real estate and helping my fellow doctors on how they too can achieve financial freedom. Why doctors and dentists should invest in real estate? Well, number one, real estate has made more millionaires than any other business out there. The hardest part about investing in real estate is having seed money or money to invest. We as high income earners have a leg up on the majority of people because we have a job that if we save and spend our money, budget our money correctly, we can have seed capital to invest heavily. Now, I like to compare real estate to what the most commonly used medium for doctors and dentists to park their money is the stock market, or as we call it, the stock market casino. Let's compare real estate and stocks from 5 different things. Number one, high cash yield. Real estate has the ability to produce not only high amounts of cash flow, but in a tax-advantaged way. Stocks are not a great source of cash flow. You can get dividends that are disproportionate in terms of rates of return compared to real estate. And the dividends or cash flow from stocks is subject to ordinary income taxes. So it actually increases your tax liability. If you already make a lot of money, you're not trying to add more money to get taxed even more. It's a self-limiting game because all the income that you get from stocks is taxed. And if we're getting taxed at the highest rates, we're paying 50% tax on every dollar that we make. Whereas the cash flow from real estate is often tax-free, income tax-free. And it does not increase our taxable income. That's number one. Number two, equity buildup. In real estate, you have the opportunity to build enormous amounts of equity. In the stock market, you also have the ability to build equity and wealth. However, there is no predictability to it, right? We're in a volatile environment. Like, for example, even now, 2008, 2020, when there's a blip, things can go up, things can go down. So you don't know what your equity will look like in a year from now, 2 years from now, 6 months from now. Whereas with real estate, the equity buildup is substantial. It is also predictable, and it's a great hedge against inflation and volatility, because in real estate, it's a much more low volatile investment. It's much more stable. Leverage. This is one of the biggest advantages of real estate, is the ability to create leverage. You can buy a $100,000 property by only putting $20,000 down and borrowing the rest from the bank. So that allows you to control a $100,000 property with a lot less money. That's called leverage. So now if you only put down $20,000, but that $100,000 property goes from $100,000 to $200,000, now you've only invested $20,000 to get that $100,000 gain. So that's called leverage. In stocks, there is very little leverage. There are ways to leverage, but for most retail investors, there is zero leverage. If you want to buy $1,000, if you want to buy $100,000 of Amazon stock, you need to come up with $100,000. If you want to buy $100,000 worth of real estate, you only need to come up with $20,000. So that's called leverage. And that leverage is what greatly increases rates of return. Beautiful part of real estate investing. Now let's talk about number 4, hard asset or a tangible asset. A house, an apartment building is a solid physical structure. It cannot be removed or moved away, at least not without great effort. Unless without dynamite and demolition crews, you cannot remove this building. The building is always there. In stocks, it is not a tangible asset. It's an intangible asset, and it can disappear overnight because it's just a blip on a computer screen. It doesn't actually exist. In real estate, I can go to an apartment building I own. If I'm worried about it, I can drive there, sit outside. Okay, it's still there. I can touch it. I can see the lights are on. There's people living there. They're paying rent. So that tangibility greatly reduces risk. That tangibility part of it greatly reduces risk. And whereas stocks, idea, and a blip on a computer screen. And the last one is the tax advantages. Real estate is the most tax advantaged investment on planet Earth. Let me say that again. The most tax advantageous investment out there is real estate. The government has given us tons of incentives and tons of loopholes to save money on taxes by investing in real estate. Stock market does not give you any tax advantages. In fact, if you do it right in real estate, and this is what the wealthiest people do, and they play the games, and if we learn to play the games that the wealthiest people do, you can pay zero taxes. It's possible to pay no income taxes. Donald Trump, who's a multi-billionaire in the year 2016, when the New York Times audited his tax returns, he paid a whopping $750 in taxes for the year. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, they pay disproportionately lower amounts of taxes than their net worth. In fact, the wealthiest people in this country pay little to no taxes. Owning assets that cash flow and have depreciation like real estate is one of the major ways that the wealthy people do it, including Donald Trump. So there you have it. You can see that there's multiple reasons, multiple advantages of real estate over stocks as a general investment class. Now, at the beginning of this video, I said not only should all doctors and dentists and busy professionals invest in real estate, I said that they should also invest in specifically multifamily real estate. This video is already getting long, so I've created another video, which is next. Click on the next video, and we're going to talk about why all dentists should invest not just in real estate, but why all dentists should invest in multifamily real estate. I hope this video gave you a ton of value. My goal is to empower you with knowledge, and this will only allow you to act bolder as an investor, act wiser as an investor, act more prudently as an investor, so that we can all collectively grow our portfolios together. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next video. I'm Jonny Walker. Take care.